Ladies and gentlemen, there's a difference between revenge and justice. Now, we forget this every time a child rapist or a killer is shot dead by the police in an encounter. Today, the Bombay High Court has reminded all of us about why justice is more important than revenge and why, as citizens, we need to ask the right questions. Questions like the Bombay High Court has asked today, as it hauled the Mumbai police over the coals. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 days after two toddlers were raped inside their own school by a staff member in Badlapur, which is near Mumbai, and 2 weeks after the accused, Akshay Shinde, was shot dead by the police, the others booked for the crime are still at large. It's been 1 month. So a furious High Court today asked, and I quote, "The police goes to any extent to nab an accused. How come they have not been able to apprehend these two? Are they waiting for them to get anticipatory bail?" Well, the anticipatory bail of these two was rejected by the court. Now, these two that the High Court is talking about are the chairman and the secretary of the school. The two have been booked under POCSO for trying to brush the rape of the children under the carpet. They knew about what had happened. The parents had approached them twice with medical reports that said that the girls had been raped. But these two trustees had failed to report it to the police. The two men, Tushar Sharad Apte and Uday Suresh Kotwal, have been missing, ladies and gentlemen, for the last 50 days. And for the last 50 days, the SIT of the Mumbai police has been unable to trace them. They've been declared absconders. The same police that filed the parents' FIR rather reluctantly, after making them wait for 12 hours, the same police that had to be prodded into filing an FIR against the school and its trustees, of course, cannot now find the missing trustees. Honestly, a question here to the Mumbai police, which is basking in the glory of Badla and an encounter. Whose side are you on? The children's side? Their parents' side? Or the side of the school that first failed in its duty to do due diligence before employing Akshay Shinde, and then tried to hide the fact that two toddlers had been raped by him under their watch? Ladies and gentlemen, a police force that was quick to arrest 72 people protesting the rapes has for 50 days not been able to arrest people responsible for the rapes. That says something. The opposition says the two trustees are being shielded, were shielded then, and are now being shielded because they have close links to the BJP, to the Shiva Sena, and to the RSS. So question still is this Badla Pura or is this justice Adhura? I'm asking these questions to my guest tonight, Krishna Hegre, spokesperson of the Shiva Sena, joining us on the broadcast. Clyde Crasto is a national spokesperson of the NCP, of the Sharad Pawar faction, joining us on the broadcast. PK Jain is a former additional DGP of Maharashtra, and Khushbu Jain is an advocate at the Supreme Court. I'm going to start with the police officer here on the show. Mr. Jain, I'm sure you've been part of many such investigations. I want to ask you, and you've been part of the Maharashtra Police, is the Maharashtra Police so incompetent that for 50 days it has not been able to arrest two trustees of a school who have been named in a POCSO case for the rape of two little girls? I can't believe that the Mumbai police is that incompetent.
Shreya, good evening. First of all, this is not Mumbai police, but Maharashtra police is equally good, I would say. Unfortunately, the accused or the suspects have not been arrested, and I think it is by design. These people are not criminals, the people who are on the run at the moment. And if the police wanted, they could have been arrested or taken into custody by now. I think they were all waiting for the High Court judgment in the anticipatory bail case. And now it's a matter of days only that they will be taken into custody. First of all, I think it was in the fitness of things that these two persons should have joined the investigation. They should not have tried for the anticipatory bail, presuming that they would be arrested. Even if a person is named in the FIR, or even if he is not named in the FIR and his name comes up during the course of investigation, it is for the investigating officer to take a call whether the concerned person or persons should be arrested or not. So by joining investigation, they stood a better chance
ठीक
of
है सर.
getting justice rather than running here and there, and making them suspect in the eyes of everybody. But I can assure you that Mumbai Police or Maharashtra Police is not that incompetent. By now, they should have arrested these people, if at all they wanted to arrest them. Now it's a question of now I think they've reached the end of the road, and in my opinion, they will be taken into custody
Okay.
in the next few days. I mean, in the next coming 2-3 days, only to my mind, they
You know,
cannot
Mr.
escape. These
Jain,
guys are not criminals.
you're
They
saying
have
it's by.
it's by design. Shreya, it cannot be
I don't know
otherwise. It
why
is
you
by
say they are
design that
not
they were not
criminals.
arrested.
They are criminals to me. I'll tell you why, Mr. Jain. They are not the ones who have
I'm
raped
sorry.
these
I'm
two
sorry.
toddlers.
No, I'm sorry.
Right?
Please,
So they
please,
are
please
not
hear me
criminals in
out.
that sense. But when the
Yes, yes,
parents
yes.
go to them, है ना, Mr. Jain, when the parents go to
Yeah,
them
absolutely.
and show them first show the school the medical report, the school sends them back, the parents come back with the police, again the parents show the school the medical report, these two trustees are brought in, they see the medical report, yet they failed to convey to the police that something as heinous as like this has happened. So what were you trying to do?
I agree.
You were
I agree
trying to
with you.
hide, instead of reporting to the police, you were trying to hide the matter. To me,
Shreya, my
that
selection
is a
of words,
criminal.
my selection of my words was wrong. I should have said hardened criminals. They are not hardened criminals. Like, when we talk of a criminal in the true sense of the
Okay.
word, the criminal, so to say, they are criminals. They are obviously in this case they have goofed up in a big way. I mean, you can imagine not reporting the case of a rape of two young toddlers is a very, very heinous crime, and they must pay for that. But as I said, arrest or non-arrest depends on the investigating officer, and these people should have cooperated with the investigating officer, so to say. And if the investigating officer had to arrest them, they should have been arrested.
No,
But apparently, it is
my
by design. It,
Krishna
it cannot be.
Hegde.
It cannot be.
Okay. Okay. Krishna Hegde, respond to what Mr. Jain is saying. Mr. Jain is saying that the arrest has not happened by design. Otherwise, the Maharashtra police, which can shoot dead Akshay Shinde, which can arrest 72 people protesting the rapes, can easily arrest these two men. It's
No,
by
I agree with
design. Is the
I agree
design, as
with
the opposition says, the fact that these two men are linked to the RSS and the BJP?
I don't think they are linked to the BJP because they are not office bearers of the BJP. I agree with Mr. Jain partially because he says that they are not rapists, but they are booked in a POXO case, and I'm sure the police is going to apprehend them in a day or two. And obviously, since their bail has been rejected, I think it is they have done the gravest of
आवाज गेला.
mistakes by not at that time reporting to the police in the first 2 days itself, and I think that is showing them as being part of the crime. But they are not rapists. They are not hardened criminals like Mr. Jain said, and there I agree with him. However, the law
So,
is
Krishna Hegde ji, if they
the
are not
police.
hardened criminals, if they are not rapists, which I agree with you they are not, why are they absconding for 50 days? Maharashtra's own SIT is saying that they are absconding for 50 days. Why are they absconding?
No, no,
They are absconding
absolutely.
because they
They
know
are,
they can abscond. And the police
no,
will
no,
not come after them. You are saying
no, no,
that they
no.
are not office bearers of the BJP. Palla mat jhadiye, Krishna Hegde ji. Let me tell you. Tushar Sharad Apte, can I tell you what link he has with the BJP? He heads the party's Jan Kalyan Samiti in Ambarnath.
No, no, where is he the office bearer of the BJP? He's not an office bearer of the BJP if he, heads or a deputy leader of the Jan Kalyan Kendra. So he's not a direct office bearer of the BJP. However, we are not disputing that fact also. What I am saying is the Maharashtra police, and like Jain Saab mentioned, it's not the Mumbai police. The Maharashtra police is extremely efficient. They have cracked top cases, whether it's the Porsche case, whether it's the hit and run case, and other cases all across Maharashtra and in all the years till now. And to get these two is not a difficult job. They will get them and they will be caught, and obviously they will be tried for whatever criminal activities or not they are part of.
Mr.
However, I would
I will
still say
let
that they are
Clyde
not rapists.
Crasto, I will let Clyde Crasto come in and respond to what you are saying. A, to the fact that they are not hardened criminals. B, that they have no direct links to the BJP. And C, that the Maharashtra police is competent enough to arrest them. Itne competent hote to 50 days ho gaye hai na, Mr. Hegde.
No, no,
The
Shreya, the
point is,
thing
if there is a will,
you
they will
know,
arrest them. There is clearly no will to
no, no,
arrest
there,
them.
no,
The
no, no,
same
there
way
is,
that there was no will to file an FIR in the case. Let's not
no, there is
forget that.
obviously,
Let's not forget that the parents of one little girl, the mother who was pregnant, was made to wait and run around for 12 hours by the police before filing an FIR. This despite the fact that they had a medical report
Shreya,
to
because
say
of
that
that,
their
all
daughter
the
has
four,
been raped.
you will not
This is
let me
how
talk,
competent
Shreya,
the
I'm sure
Maharashtra
that.
police is, sir.
No, the four
Acha, let
policemen
Clyde Crasto
who
come in, sir.
the four policemen who were there have lost their jobs. They are suspended already. So action has been taken against them.
Very good, sir. Clyde, would you want to come in?
Yes, Shreya, I want to say that I completely agree with Mr. Jain. There's nothing but a design behind this whole thing. It's to protect somebody, shield somebody. Now, if I say that they had BJP links, somebody starts screaming, prove it, prove it, prove it. Let's keep that prove it part aside. Let's keep the linked part aside. Are we trying to say that the Maharashtra police, which is so competent and has cracked some of the most severe cases, are not able to find two people for 50 days? I mean, I don't think anybody will believe that. The point here is now that if they are unable to find these people, there's definitely some kind of pressure on them. So who's putting the pressure? Why is the pressure being put? Because the Home Department seemed to have failed here. Because somebody, like Mr. Jain said, they are not hardened criminal. Well, they are not hardened criminal because they are not going around murdering or doing things around. But these people knew that this was happening in the school. So they are complicit. They are equally to be blamed and they should be brought to book. The point here is, something is amiss here because I cannot believe that the Maharashtra police cannot arrest two people on the run for 50 days now. Therefore, there is definitely some pressure on them. We need to find out what the pressure is now. Me as an individual, you as an individual cannot find out. The Home Minister has to come out in the open and, actually tell the people why they have failed to find these people. I mean, every day we keep hearing, every debate we keep hearing, in 1 or 2 days they'll be arrested, in 1 or 2 days they'll be arrested. How do you know they'll be arrested in 1 or 2 days? Then tell us how you'll know that in 1 or 2 days they'll be arrested. If they can be arrested in 1 or 2 days, then why have they not been arrested? So there is definitely a design behind this. They are waiting for anticipatory bail. They know they will not get anticipatory bail. The court has pulled them up. The court has pulled the police also. And, at the end of the day, I mean, there is no heart. These people are completely insensitive. There are kids that have been misused here. The trustees knew about it. The FIR was not being lodged for 12 hours. People who protested against them have been arrested. But these two people, they cannot find. I mean, if they were not hardened criminals, then how easy is for them to hide so much? I believe hardened criminals who hide, even they are brought to book by the police. Maharashtra police is that good. So these two people who are not hardened criminals, who are not involved in all these things, how come they are able to hide? That means somebody is protecting them. The Home Minister, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, has to come out in the open and tell the people why he and his department and the police have failed on this matter.
Krishna Hegde, so when the arrest happens and when you say ek do din mein arrest ho jayega, of course now these two men have no choice. They will have to appear before the police is my own sense. Unless and until, of course, they want to make matters worse for themselves. My point is, even if the arrest happens now, it will happen under the pressure from the court and what the High Court has said today. Is it or is it not an embarrassment to you, your party and your government, sir?
I don't think it's an embarrassment to the party or the government in this case because the police will definitely be doing their best and we will be closing in on these people. However, I must say that their bail has already been rejected and I think, whatever, the main thing is that the children get the justice and the justice has been delivered to the children. What we want to say is Akshay Shinde, who is the main
Justice
culprit,
कैसे
who is
deliver
the
हुआ?
main,
वो तो
the main
बदला
accused.
deliver हुआ ना?
नहीं वो आपके
Justice कैसे
हिसाब से
deliver
बदला
हुआ?
deliver हो गया. You can't wait for a policeman to say shoot me and run away and kill my colleagues and go absconding and rape a few more women. So if he has tried to do something like that and on the hit he has got
So essentially,
shot.
Mr. Hegde, you are telling me
That is not badla at all.
कि हमने तो अक्षय शिंदे को मार दिया, हमने अपना काम कर दिया, हमने बदला ले लिया. अब
हमने
बाकी
तो
जो
नहीं
लोग इन्वॉल्व थे अब होने दो उनका, हमें कोई मतलब नहीं है, हमारे लिए केस क्लोज्ड। हमें मतलब
हमने
नहीं है कि
आपके
ये जो दो ट्रस्टीज हैं, इनको पता होने के बावजूद, they did nothing to report the matter to the police.
श्रेया, आई एम सेइंग अगेन, आई एम करेक्टिंग यू अगेन, हमने
They
अक्षय
did
शिंदे को
nothing
नहीं
to
मारा।
do due diligence
उसने वो
before
अगर
employing a sweeper. Had they done due diligence, maybe these two girls would not have been raped. So you are telling me कि वो अक्षय को शूट कर दिया, मार दिया, बदला हो गया, केस क्लोज्ड। बाकी लोगों का
हमने
क्या होता
उसको
है, हमें
नहीं
मतलब
मारा,
नहीं है। Is that what
हमने
you're saying,
उसको
sir?
नहीं मारा। अगर वो मरा है तो अपने करतूत और अपने कर्म से मरा है, हमने उसको नहीं मारा। Like again, I say it is a natural justice which has been delivered. We have not killed him. We have not taken badla. And wherever the
Okay.
trustees have been
Khushbu Jain, would you
proved
want to
wrong,
come in here?
POXO has been put against them. Charge has been put against them, and it's a serious charge.
The Maharashtra police had to be prodded into filing a case against the school and the trustees, sir. पहले 2 दिन तो they didn't want to do anything. Khushbu Jain, would you want to come in here? You are an advocate of the Supreme Court. Mr. Hegde has just said कि बच्चों को इंसाफ मिल गया. बच्चों को क्या इंसाफ मिल गया है according to you? You are a lawyer in the Supreme Court.
See, we have to not take this as a one singular case. We have to see that such crimes are practically crimes against state per se. When your children are not safe in the school, when women are not safe on the street, these are crime against the state. And all of us understand that delay in filing of an FIR can lead to obstruction of any kind of evidences that can be collected, and this can make any case weak. Tomorrow, even if you pick up accused, there is a procedure that is followed in the court, and that is dependent on the evidence that are collected, that are produced. The whole trial is based on those evidences, and proper evidences cannot be collected if there is a delay in filing of the evidences. Now, here in the present case, if we're talking about, there has been a absolute delay in filing of the FIR because the people who had the knowledge about it still were kept quiet. Now, Section 212 of BNS specifically talk about that if you're aware about it, you're not sharing some information which you're aware about it, you become compliance to the crime in hand. Like, for example, if I furnish some false information, or if I hide information which I'm aware about, and still make sure that that person doesn't get convicted or doesn't get put behind the bar, I'm actually being compliant and helping that person go or evade him from any kind of penalty that can be imposed or arrest that can be happening. So here I think we have to look it in a manner that it is not one singular state specific or anything, but I think all states together coming in together and talking about that there has to be no delay in filing of the FIR, there has to be no absolute power or leeway given to people who are in the position or who have any kind of connect, including in politics. And I think law enforcement agencies have to seamlessly work despite who is there when it comes to accused and accomplices with accused. I think that has to be followed very strictly. And I think I need to harper on this. I've been saying this from very long, that if we don't find law enforcement agencies doing their job, there has to be some provision where we can have some questions raised against them also, and there can be some action taken against those agencies for not following their duty, which they are ought to do.
Okay. And therefore, PK Jain, given what Khushbu has said, does the Maharashtra police right now face a credibility crisis? I ask you this question not just over what has happened in Badlapur. All our viewers know what happened there, but also what happened in the Pune Porsche case. Here you have a young man with an influential father killing 2 techies on the road, and what does the Maharashtra police do? Feed him pizzas in the police station, and then works with the system to switch his blood samples. Now you have Badlapur happen, where parents of 2 little girls, 3 years and 4 years, who have been raped in their own school are kept waiting for 12 hours. And the Maharashtra police has to be pushed to file a case against the school. Is there a serious credibility crisis that the Maharashtra police now faces?
Yeah, I would say the credibility crisis is not only for Maharashtra Police, it is for the entire administration. In the Pune Porsche case, you saw right from the Juvenile Justice Board to the police to the doctors, and all these people were absolutely directly involved in suppressing the case and giving benefit of doubt to the people who ought to have been behind bars. In this case also, the police should have taken action of declaring them absconders and starting the second process of seizing their properties. I have seen the most high and mighty people coming down on their knees The moment they are declared as proclaimed offenders and their properties are to be seized, they immediately come rushing to the police station. I mean, as I said, in this particular case, if the investigating officer and the SIP wanted these people to come, they should have precipitated the matter to the next level. They should have taken the investigation to the next level, which apparently was not done. I'm telling you, in my honest opinion, in this case, they were only waiting for the case to be heard in the court for their anticipatory bail, and immediately thereafter they would have presented themselves in the police station. So I think there is a definite goof up in this particular investigation, and the High Court is very rightly pulled up the SIT
But
and
why should the
investigating
Maharashtra
officer.
police give them a leeway? But why should the Maharashtra police think about all of this and give them a leeway? They are booked under a POXO case, for heaven's sake. 2 children have been raped. Ladies and gentlemen, for a moment, sit back and think if this was your child or grandchild. You send them to school with a level of trust that you're handing your most loved and precious possession to the school because you know they'll be safe in school. Absolutely. And then 2 little girls, 3 and 4, are raped in the school by a school staff, by a sweeper. And what does the school do and what do the trustees do? They do everything to hide the matter under the carpet. Should the Mumbai police be so and Maharashtra police be so considerate as to allow the High Court to hear their anticipatory bail matter and then decide on whether an arrest is going to happen or not? Clyde Cresto, I saw you raise your hand. I don't have too much time on the show, but go ahead. What's the point you're trying to make?
I'll quickly tell you. I'll quickly try to tell you something, Shreya. See, I still believe, and I believe from my heart that the Maharashtra police is very good. You know, they are very impeccable in their duty and they are very good. Point here is, I feel that there is political pressure, there is political interference. And as long as there is political pressure and interference, the Maharashtra police will not be able to do their job. Give them a free hand and believe you me, within hours, they will arrest these 2 trustees. But I feel that there is political pressure and interference and somebody is pressurizing them not to go all the way. And I think now is the time for the Home Department and the Chief Minister, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, to come out in the open and tell the people of Maharashtra why they have failed in booking these 2 people, because justice is not meted yet. By just shooting somebody and saying somebody whipped out the gun. I mean, why was the gun unlocked of the police? That's a question mark that's always been hanging around right now. So the point here is, Akshay Shinde can't just out of the blue, whip out a revolver. So the point here is the Home Minister is answerable, the Home Department is answerable, and I still believe that the Maharashtra police can do their duty within hours if you give them free hand.
Okay, they had a free hand to shoot Akshay Shinde. Do they have a free hand to arrest these 2 trustees who the opposition is claiming are associated with the ruling dispensation? We'll see what happens. Krishna Hegde, thank you very much for joining us. Krishna ji, time khatam. Thank you very much. Clyde Castro, thank you very much for joining us. PK Jain, good to have you on the show. And Khushbu Jain, thank you very much for joining us.